Hi everyone, I'm so happy to have you guys back in Mom's Jamaican Kitchen. And today we have an awesome recipe for you guys. It is salmon in coconut milk. It's one of my favorites, and I'm gonna have it for you guys to enjoy. Welcome again, everyone. We have our salmon, and this is it washed with lime. And now it's time for us to put the season. Our hands are washed, and we're gonna put Badia all-purpose. If you have what's the other season, Maggie, or any all-purpose season, you can just use it. We're just putting it over it. We turn it over. Doesn't take a lot with the seasoning, and this is about quarter cup season. We just turn it over. Make sure the season is all over it, and then we're gonna fry it so it can have a crisp. So it's important for us to get season all over it. Okay. So the next thing we're gonna prepare, we're gonna use coconut oil, and we're gonna go to the next step. Okay, so this is our coconut oil. It's liquid coconut oil. I'm just pouring to make sure the bottom of the pot is completely covered with oil. Okay. Your pot is hot already, and now you're just making the oil heat, okay? A good way to make sure that the oil is hot enough, what you do, you just have two little pieces of onion. I just put. Okay, at this point we put the salmon in the oil. I'm gonna turn these at the front. Don't want them to stick. This is the color that you're looking. Okay. The rest are still frying. This one could stay a little bit more while it fries. But you just move them around so they don't stick in the pot. Okay. And we'll get that to fry until all is brown. Then we take it out and we start our sauce. Okay guys, so far in the butter, we melt the butter, and then we have half cup onion, 1 cup sweet pepper, half cup tomato. We also will be adding some ginger, and this is about 2 teaspoons ginger. And we have garlic as well that we will be sauteing, and that is 1 teaspoon garlic. And we stir it, and keep the flame low while we saute. Gonna make it marinate together and make its own, sauce before we add our coconut milk. We'll be adding 1 tin coconut milk as well. So this is what it's looking like, and we're just gonna let it saute. Okay. If you have a spring of thyme, you can put it now. For me, I have powder thyme, so I will add the powder thyme later on. And we just cover it and let it simmer. Okay. Cover it, turn it on medium, and let it simmer. Okay, let us check on our seasoning. Yes, everything is marinating nicely. We will be using, at this point, we'll be using our coconut milk in. You can turn back up the stove, and this is 1 coconut. Realize that we don't add in the fish as yet, because we don't want our fish to mash out. So we want to turn up back the stove and let it come to a boil, and we'll add some more seasoning. Okay, so it's now coming to a boil. We're gonna add the rest of our seasoning. We have about 1 teaspoon of Badia. We're gonna add that in. We're gonna add half teaspoon of thyme. Well, we actually it's our crushed thyme. We're gonna add our pimento, just one or two, or maybe what's this, 4 pimento. We kind of do like a estimating, and you need to turn down your flame to medium. Some things you'd have to estimate, like for example the soy sauce. I just make a sprinkle around. I think this would work out to maybe 1.5 teaspoon of soy sauce. See, we're getting the colors dark, and we want just a little tip of browning. So I'm gonna do, because we don't want anything too white, so I'm gonna do half teaspoon of browning. Somebody say, what is browning? This is browning. You don't have to be grace, but you know, as long as it's browning. And then we put it in, half teaspoon or quarter teaspoon I should say, and then we'll make it stir. See, we're getting color here, and you taste it to see how is it tasting. But before we taste it, we're gonna add our salt to taste. We're not gonna do more than a quarter teaspoon of salt. So let us put a quarter teaspoon of salt. Just a quarter teaspoon. This is half teaspoon, so I'm judging it. I'm just doing half the amount. So this is quarter teaspoon of salt. You don't want it too salt. If you like more salt, that is fine as well. So we're gonna turn our flame down. We have our flame down. Let it simmer. We're gonna taste it and see what it tastes like before we add anything else. Oh, this is wonderful. What I always do, I put like maybe a teaspoon of ketchup. Okay, let us put like a tablespoon of ketchup. Have 1 tablespoon of ketchup. Tablespoon of ketchup. See, the sauce is coming so nicely. See, look at this sauce. Look at the color. It is very beautiful. Wonderful. So now that it is at this position, I love to turn my flame on low, and then I'm gonna cover it and let it simmer for maybe 2 minutes. And as soon as it simmer, we're gonna add our fish. Okay, this is what our sauce is looking like. It's now finished. We're gonna make sure we're on the lowest gauge at this point. You see, this is beautiful. Look at this. You can see all your seasoning, your spice, tasting awesome. You guys gonna love this. And we're gonna put in our fish at this point. You just put them back in. Because the fish is delicate at this point, you don't want to break it up. So we're gonna use our spoon and just put the sauce over it. And then we're gonna cover it for 5 minutes and let it simmer. You don't have to put browning in it, but I love putting browning just to give it that, you know, that look, that it doesn't have a white look with the coconut milk, but it has a nice brownish You see a brown reddish color. See, this is how you cover it and you simmer it down. Okay, not too high, just a low simmer, and then we'll cover it. Okay everyone, this is what it looks like. This is our fish. Okay, awesome. Here we have the finished dish. We have white rice, coconut salmon with tomato, sweet peppers, and avocado. Enjoy. You can send me a picture of what your food looks like. Have a blessed day.